Hey guys, I'm here in Tipperary town, just about to start on another section of the trail, and the weather is pretty bad. So I got the train before light and a bus. I got here about half an hour ago. Had a breakfast roll, cup of tea, put on everything, and now I'm just about to head off. I think this is so funny. The clock tower says 1876, and behind it is a German discount warehouse thing. Bells. We'll set off. Good timing. Hey, more Elvis. Hey, Francis. So, about an hour on the road now, and the rain stopped. It's actually quite warm, so I'm overheating a little bit in my waterproof, but glad to be dry all the same. It's very kind of normal Ireland. Countryside, animals in the fields, birds in the hedges, houses. Nice. Jimmy White. In nearby Salahead in 968, Brian Boru defeated the Viking in one of his earliest battlefield victories. Donald Campbell Sullivan Bear reached Salahead, Sulhoge, meaning Sallow Wood, where he camped with his followers on the bitterly cold night of 3rd of January 1603. You get these little signs every so often that just remind you kind of what you're doing and why you're doing it, and it's kind of stops you a bit. Wild dog rose and some black currants that are pretty faded now. So much fruit this year that the birds weren't able to eat it all, but the rose hips will stay good. I find these little monuments that you see all over the place, really, to people, usually men who died in the Civil War or in the War of Independence, to be very moving. And I often think, God, 1602, 1603 was our guy, and then 300 years later finally succeeded in the main, and what would they think of that big gap of time? So this is where I came from this morning, all the way up that way, and then you are here, and now I'm trying to decide whether to go over the red line, which is the walking trail, but it goes through fields and things and it might be pretty boggy, or follow the blue, which is longer but on the road. And I'm leaning towards following the red line first there and then seeing what it's like, and I can always bail out and go on this other bit of road afterwards if I really have to. Well, I knew it was too good to be true that the rain would stay off, but I did just manage to have my lunch, put my waterproofs back on and fix my boots, all while sitting at a bench. There's the Donahill Mott across the road. You can't even make out the statue, but there is one there. And I'm about halfway through the day now, so this is the back of Donahill Mott. The rain isn't as heavy right now. I just had to walk across this sloppy slop. So I'm hoping there's not too much more of this, because it's really tough going not to slide. A bit bloody annoyed about that stupid detour, because there's a road right here, so just come back the way to read the information signs in the rain. But that was really mucky, pointless little pass across a farmyard kind of thing. Anyway, see what it says. Donahill, Mott and Bailey. It's early Norman. Yeah, I mean, they must have just fell on the place. Whatever prepared food was there, the first who entered devoured forthwith. The rest set themselves to feed on meal, beans and barley grains like cattle. And by all accounts, I think they were quite sick. Then starving, forcing all that food on top of starving bellies. Okay, alright. I know you're just curious, I know. Go on away now, go on. Away with you. I will never ever again come into a field that has livestock in it, never again. It's so annoying and terrifying and I hate it. Alright, I know, you're only interested sniffing. I know. Go on, shoot. Go away now, go on, away. Go on, away now. Just in case anyone was wondering, I didn't get cow swished, but I was very freaked out. I had to basically push them off me and just hope for the best when I came across that field and came up that stile. So I rang, I rang home from moral support like a big old wimp. And now I'm going to keep going and hope there's no more bloody cows because that was just horrible. Just started absolutely chucking it down. I'm kind of hunkered in behind this little board and then some trees. I'm just standing with my head right down like this till it passes. And then I'm going to figure out my next step. Keep going. Okay folks, we've got the trio: killer cows, killer storms and giant hogweed. Great. Well, in fact, I'm joking about the cows and the storms because they actually weren't that bad. But this is actually quite a serious problem. And if you see on the sign, it shows you pictures of how it just goes straight up and then it's got this big umbel at the top of the flower. And this can cause really severe burns that will never heal or go away. There's really no treatment. Every time you get hit by sunlight, it reactivates. And so it's really serious if you get burnt. So I'm going to be on the lookout. I'm going to stick to the centre of the paths. But just as I came in here, I noticed that I'd say they've sprayed some of it anyway, because this looks like some dead giant hogweed, which I'm still not going to touch, but give you an idea what it looks like there. You can see how it just goes straight up into the sky. It's a really big, tall plant, and yeah, it's an invasive species. There's another one over there. It's an invasive species that is quite difficult to eradicate. My brother was only telling me about it last week when we were driving up to Dublin. So yeah, not lovely. Going to be very careful in here. Yeah, I just find it really hard today. I don't know why. Legs are tired, even though it hasn't been that difficult of a walk, not even that many ups and downs, just I don't know, I know what's up with me. I am looking forward to getting to my destination because when I get to Kappa White, there's shops and cafes and things like that, and my husband is coming to meet me. And I don't want to keep moaning about it, but sometimes when you're watching hiker videos and they all seem to be having a great time all the time, and I'm probably a bit guilty of that myself, you think there's something wrong with you if you have a day where you just hate everything. But there's nothing wrong. Some days just aren't as good as others. Like, it's such a shame because apart from the giant hogweed and some rhododendron on this side, which I saw as well, but there's some beautiful beech trees and other native trees. And I've seen loads of birds. And it's actually quite a nice little woodlands. But the giant hogweed has really put me on edge now. So, yeah. Can't see it. it, yeah. I came across this bench just after I was having a moan there about how hard everything was. And now I'm feeling a whole lot better because I had a packet of crisps on a bench and it didn't rain on me, and I had a drink, and now I'm feeling like I can finish the journey. And it's lovely here. Hold on, I'll show you. Oh, stand it up. The sun has come out. We're in a lovely forest. Woods. There's hazel trees behind me and a yew tree. And beach over there. There's been birds and animals calling, and yeah, it's nice. More bench, I think. Oh, I'll just show you an essential piece of kit for hiking in Ireland. Doesn't matter really what season, but you should always carry something to sit on, because like you can see this bench is completely soaking, and so even though I'm in my waterproofs, like it would be quite cold, and if I wasn't wearing the waterproofs, then it'd be very wet. So highly recommend carrying something to sit on. I even I bring these to matches and picnics and basically anywhere where I might have to sit down outside, so that it just insulates you from the cold. So useful tip for anyone. Okay. Honestly, just put the phone away and turn the corner, and here's a nice little welcome sign. Lovely rainbow. It's actually a lot bigger in person, but let's go. Still do see cool stuff on the roadside, even if you're not like off in the wilderness. These are just outside the house. Well, now there's a welcome sight. Oh, lads, I stopped and changed my boots changed my boots into my runners. Changed from my boots into my runners. I stopped and had my runners in my bag from earlier, and I feel like my legs are like 50 times lighter just from the change of shoes. It's mad. So that can be a lift to just make it the last 2 kilometres into the town. Nice, isn't it? And the guy that gave me directions earlier said, just keep following the windmills. Just starting the next section of the Multeen Way from Cap White. My husband had a day off today, so he drove me all the way down here and a bit up the hill, and now he's gone on ahead so he can get to the summit and then go back down again, meet me on the way back, and see the kids. My backpack heavily loaded, so hoping this bears up well. Hope you can hear me. It's windy and the noise of wind turbines in the background is actually quite intense. It's a lovely day. I think that must be why it's called boiled darug, because the soil is so red. For anyone not from Ireland, darug is the word for red, deep red like this. I do wonder what the O'Sullivan would have made of all of this. I don't think you can see him, but the little tiny guy at the top of that tree. Seeing his little heart out. I think he's a finch. There you go. Over there. Yet again, missing smell-o-vision because the whole trail now smells like coconut and it's incredible. Found this lovely bar to sit on. Oh, that's gorgeous. Went over. I don't know if you can see that back there. It's just full of rubbish. Hold on, I'll show you. This is what makes walking in Ireland so depressing, because further up it's utterly gorgeous, and then as soon as you get near the edge of anywhere nice, you find piles of junk. Some people drive in, leave stuff. It's just so annoying. So I'm going to sit and look the other direction and have a sandwich. You actually couldn't ask for better hiking weather. So you couldn't. She says hoping it doesn't rain in the next 2 hours, but even if it does, I have the most of it done. Now this is actually, I can see why people are intimidated when they're coming past here, because it's literally right above the trail and it's quite noisy. There's the trail. Here's the turbine. It's crazy. So the day started over stile into a field straight up this hill. And I'm already puffed out. Stuff is hard to walk up. Squelchy. I'm gonna have to pick my way up through the standing water and the bog, and it takes up a lot of concentration. It's sometimes very hard to find a path. And we're up there with more wind turbines for company. Oh, it's just exhausting. Trying to decide, pack on, pack off, scramble under. What's the easiest thing to do? There. Sweeping around. Lunch break at the Clodagh River. Haven't recorded very much for the last while, I think. God, it's been a long day. I don't want to moan too much, but the morning, as far as Upper Church, was pretty tough. There was an awful lot of overstiles, and in front of them, little electric fences, so I had to take the pack off, put it back on again, blah 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 blah. That was boring. And then it was nice. No major issues in the middle of the day. Now I'm about 2 kilometres from my destination, and I just felt a blister popping on my foot. Pretty painful. I'm pretty upset about it. Kind of hobbling a bit. Oh, I just see a stile there, but I don't think I meant to go that way. I'm going to ignore it because Google Maps is guiding me to the house where I'm kindly being given a little patch of garden by a friend of a friend of a friend. But the weather has been fabulous. The walk has been up and down. literally 3 major climbs. Well, major for Ireland, I suppose. And just done the last little bit now, but that blister, oh my god, the pain when it popped. It's actually not feeling as bad now. So I'll treat that when I get back. Another day, another dollar. I spent the night in the garden of a friend. Yeah. And I'm just setting off now again this morning. It's a bit Irish. Spitting with rain. Heading for Beara, hopefully. I'll get there. My husband is coming to collect me, so he might come a bit early and collect me early. I don't know. I have a blister, but apart from that, the muscles are sore but not awful. And I'm well fed. And I'm ready to go. Oh, the guy in the post office over here was very helpful last night, and I'd say I would have been okay finding a place. Well, this is the end of the off-road bit that I chose to skip because I just couldn't face going over any more of those stiles today or going through fields with stock. Looks like I might have missed out on a nice little trip, but I don't know how long it's nice like this for, so I'm not that sorry. 6 kilometres to go. A bit lonely up here. A bit blowy. Bloody great hill to go up over. But I have some good music, so let's go. Oh, there's a happy sight. Oh boy. Just arriving into Beara where I'm getting collected, and I am shattered. So, really glad to be finishing the day. What we're going to do next is drive the cycleway part of the next bit of the Ormond Way up as far as Laura. I've heard some really bad reports about the next 2 days of trail. I just don't feel like doing it. Lots of livestock, lots of road, not much else. So yeah, that's my plan. Sorry it's cheating, but